Hello everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to Corsace Open 2024. We are back with our opening week of this very prestigious 4 versus 4 tournament. And we are continuing on with week 1, going into another match here. And we are starting off with Manic Oreos up against Max Win. Two teams that I think have some very signature style players from very prestigious national countries here. You've got a lot of players from the Chilean OWC type with a couple really strong Brazilian players like Suntan, Gonza, Chalk Gamer from Chile on the side of Manic Oreos, and then Max Win with some really strong Finnish talent. There's a good national sense from both of these teams here. So I'm looking forward to seeing what goes down. How many stops are these guys able to pull? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sad Shiba, joined by the incredible Miles.
Hey, Shiba. And yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you say here, except if Manic Oreos, if the country that they were representing was actually the entire Western Hemisphere, that would be the better way to describe them. You have lots of very, very strong Latin American tournament players on this team, to be joined by RNG and Dark Karate from the USA and Canada, respectively. And Max Win, that just looks like a team of mostly Finnish players, if not entirely Finnish players, and could perhaps even be like an OWC test run for them if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm really curious because there are some players that I'm really not familiar with, but it does seem like everyone here is indeed Finnish. Yeah, I'm looking at this right now. Everybody here is from Finland, so yeah, this is basically like an open rank World Cup team, essentially, without some of the mainstay OS World Cup players like Freeze, Aesthetic. They're not around for this one, but still, I'm looking forward to seeing what gets done here. Ranking average definitely leans in favor of Max Win. But from what I remember, Manic Oreos performed quite well on the seeding. I believe outperforming Max Win on qualifiers. I have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure that was the case.
And yeah, Max Win, if we're looking at this the same way we look at the Finnish OWC roster, I know that Finland in OWC really likes to pick high-end mechanics, the speed, the hard rock, but without Freezed or Aesthetic on this roster, I'm really curious for what skill sets they decide to go into, because I know all these players, like I've seen them all play tournaments. When I think of Finland OWC, it's Freezed and Aesthetic, and without those two core players, I just want to see what they're going to go for, because I'm really not sure. There's a lot of interesting maps in this pool. I think it does favor a little bit more towards those aim control picks that it's kind of a Corsace special at this point, having a lot of aim control in the pools. It's there. There's multiple alt maps in the pool that have aim control involved, and then there's just a lot of that in the pool, not a lot of just straightforward mechanics. And I think if you can have an advantage on that, it's really going to give you a high chance to go far in this tournament, at least especially in this week 1.
Yeah, I think for Max Win, what you're really looking for is the raw aim maps and the free mod picks in particular. I think Hard Rock is also a decent option. You got Shadows and Zeppe, both very strong aim players. Pretty decent on the Hard Rock aim picks from what I remember. Obviously, Neverround as well, very flexible. Mike Tyson, quite a strong mechanics player. Desq as well, probably the strongest player on this team in terms of versatility. And so there are some good players on the side of Max Win, but Manic Oreos also have some really powerful players here. Suntan is going to be one of those big superstar carries who's made a giant improvement throughout the year, especially in 2023, where he made his name known for being that perfect third man for that 3-man Chile core last year. An incredible flex player who's probably going to be around a lot of, if not all of these maps for Manic Oreos. You've also got RNG, solid hard rock and mechanics player. Gonza, another really strong mechanics player. And Manic Oreos also placed very highly on the seeding here. Seed number 9 compared to Max Win at seed number 16. So rankings be damned, Manic Oreos do seem to be the team that are favored according to qualifiers. But anything can happen. It's a very low star rating pool as well.
Another player I want to shout out on Max Win is Zeppe, who has been a really strong tournament player for a really long time now. He's really gone under the radar, like making his name mostly in the 4-digit range, but not necessarily the 1K plus scene. Mostly, I think, back when he was really starting to get some good results, he was mostly playing tournaments like 2K and 3K plus. But always coming in on the Finnish OWC roster, always doing really well. I don't think he plays too many tournaments anymore, but every time I see Zeppe, he just continues to impress. And now 851 rank, I don't think he's going to be treated like a 4-digit anymore. But into the pick, man, we've already gone. Free mod 1 Protect from Manic Oreos. That's one of the aim control alt picks in the pool, I think, to join Nomad 3 in that regard. So if you win the free mod 1, your protected map, you're probably going to want to pick that Nomad 3 afterwards. And then Nomad 5 Protect from Max Win. That is just a classic Nomad 5 speed map. And I don't know what Manic Oreos banned because the overlay is...
that looks...
D2.
I saw... Was that a flash of the background from the DT2 in Open 2022? Was that the crazy hot background?
I wasn't looking.
I think I saw it like flash for a second. I know Crazy Hot is not in this stage, but I just thought that was quite funny. If that was true, then I'm quite proud of myself for remembering these pools. But regardless, DT2 being the first ban for Manic Oreos, we're already seeing a really good theme on this one. Manic Oreos are definitely leaning towards that aim control alt and gimmick, with Max W going full speed ahead on the mechanics. Nomad 5 is going to protect its own high speed, like you said before. These bans really like to repeat those themes. Hidden 2 being banned here for Max Win. Not looking to worry about that hidden reading. And DT2 also being banned here from Manic Oreos. Same story. Normal 2 opening pick here for Max W. Not surprised at all.
Yeah, a tale as old as time in OSU tournaments. You have a gimmick team up against a mechanics team, and it's just completely reflected through these bans. But yeah, this Nomad 2, not necessarily the most mechanically intensive map. It's only 185 BPM, and it's more of a techie-styled stream map rather than a straightforward flow aim or stamina-intensive stream map. You have a couple of kick slider jumps mixed in here and there, and you also have some linear streams that I think you typically see more in tech maps than you would see ever in a Nomad 2.
Yeah, mechanics-wise, this is a very, very relaxed Nomad 2. The flow aim and the aim style is really where it ramps up. There is a midsection towards the map where those bus sliders, like you mentioned before, a little bit of fin control applied throughout there, but generally the BPM is not what makes this difficult. 185 BPM, very chill for players at this level. It is very much going to be that raw flow that we are looking at here to be the make or break for both of our teams here. Opening rosters here from both teams looking pretty solid for Max Win, Nev, Isak, Shadows, and Desku. With Manic Oreos rocking their usual stream mechanics that we probably expect from them there. Truck Gamer, Fictofons, Gonza, and RNG. And so far, so good here on the side of both teams. A few misses dropped respectively from either side here. Seems like it's leaning in favor of Manic Oreos by just a little bit here with those 3 combos. Early drops from both Gonza and Truck Gamer. RNG is going to go down though, and that's going to give the favor of Max Win with Shadows and Nev still holding those to those big combos.
Yeah, but Gonza gonna find a drop right there during that slower section, and now it's Chalk Gamer all alone up against Max Win and their big combos. Defon's gonna drop as well. So just Nev and Shadows right now, both holding on to stellar accuracy. Still SS through the first half of the map, and it is looking really good for Max Win in the first half here. Just overall domination.
Yeah, there's some destructive combos here from both of these teams. You've got Shadows and Nev still holding on to those combos. Beautiful stuff. SS holding from both players as well. This BPM proving to be very chill for them, but there's a fin control bus side section here where we could see some mic drops. It doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. The flow starts to ramp up a little bit, and now we're starting to see a lot more breaks here. Double miss from Manic Oreos. Desku also joining in the misses here, but Nev and Shadows just not letting go. Hitting both of those intense stream sections there, keeping that double FC alive, and it's starting to become an all but too difficult combo disadvantage for this Manic Oreos team to build with. You've only got Truck Gamer who's trying to fight one of the smaller combos with Isak around, but Nev and Shadows on an uncontestable tear, getting nearly a million score lead as long as they hold on towards the ending here, with SS is still intact as we get into the final TI.
Yeah, right now we're looking at a 2v4 situation from Nev and Shadows. Like, this is an unreal duo from them right now. Still, through this difficult stream section at the end, Nev gonna find a slider break on one of the kick slider jumps. Just the 50 from that, but Shadows into the last streams. Gonna lock out that SS. Bang.
Nicely done from Shadows. What a start. What a good entry into this. already an
Wow.
SS in this lobby.
And one slider break.
Yeah, it really is that raw flow that makes it difficult. If you are good on that and comfy on this low BPM, you are going to be sailing with this one. And Shadoo's passed that test with perfection. No slight issue at all. Not even a slight misaccuracy. And only 150 slider break from Nev. Outside of that, it's a very smooth sailing for Max Win to start this match off.
Manic Oreos not looking too hot on that one. Every single player between 410k and 303k, and that is not the look you want on your opponent's first pick. But overall, I feel like they didn't even really have a chance on that one. Nevin Shadoo's just completely went off on that one. You could even say that that was a maximum win for Max Win.
That was a max win for Max Win indeed. Now, for Manic Oreos, I think we said this beforehand where the map pool has a lot of ult in there, a lot of that control, and a few slots there for the gimmick as well. Manic Oreos seems to be that team that want to try and abuse that against a team like Max Win, not the team that usually likes to play those types of gimmicky maps. And it's up to them to really just pick a map, really. That free mod run protector is still open, but you have other options too. You got the free mod 2, you've got the normal 3. You got the hidden maps as well if you really wanted to lean into that, but I don't think they want to unless they want AR9 to pop in for that one. I'm curious what they pick into because I think this team has a lot more versatility. You're looking at Max Win to try and make the most of those mechanics as much as you can, but there's not as many compared to what Manic Oreos can really exploit. So once those are thinned down, it's going to get really difficult for Max Win to break away and make those points. So they have to make the maps that they can play as winnable as possible.
And here's the Nomad 3. As I mentioned earlier, when you protect a free mod 1 that is an aim control alt map, you're gonna feel really good on the Nomad 3, which is also an aim control alt map. So yeah, that's a pick that makes a lot of sense for me. And to add on to your point, I feel like just the straightforward mechanics in this map pool, it runs out really quickly. They have that Nomad 2, they have the Nomad 5, which they protected. And then after that, you have the HR1 and probably the DT1. But then otherwise, you're going to pick something that has some aspect of gimmick in it, some aspect of aim control, some aspect of the hidden modification, if you so choose to pick that hidden one. But otherwise, the team with a deeper, more gimmick-favored roster, I think, will end up being favored if this match does go the distance. So I think for the side of Max Win, they really want to take a break point early in this match up against Manic Oreos. I forgot their name for a sec.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this Manic Oreos team can do on this one. I think, again, it's a pretty obvious choice that they want to lean into. I think Suntan in particular is going to be one to look out for. Truck Gamer as well might do good work on this. But Max Win I think are okay with this pick. I think they just want to let this go through, let this play out. And it's definitely at an accessible level where these guys can still easily make that upset happen. Quite a few of these Max Win players are quite versatile. I think there's room for a potential win on this one. And here we
Absolutely.
are, getting into that normal 3. Like we said, I mean, this pool generally has a very low skill ceiling. It's generally the consistent players that really are favorable on this. You're not looking for explosive out-of-nowhere performances, even though those are always welcomed. Most players at this level can play and compete.
And here we are into the Nomad 3. Chalk Gamer, Defons, Gonza, and RNG for the side of Manic Oreos up against Zeppe, Isaac, Mike Tyson, and Dezku for Max Win. And already a couple of early breaks on the side of Manic Oreos for Gonza. Gonna give the early lead over to Max Win. But this map, pretty long. I believe somewhere in the ballpark of 3 or 4 minutes, so early breaks aren't going to mean the most, but those from Mike Tyson and Isaac are going to throw it right back over to Manic Oreos really quickly.
Yeah, a big early deficit there from Max Win. Mike Tyson drops once again. It remains to be Zeppe and Dezku to hold onto those combos, but it still remains to be a 3-way full combo for Manic Oreos with Gonza on a giant recovery. You'll see a few moments on this map where the spacing and the awkwardness does hit a little bit of a peak, but generally this map is quite consistent. So these big combos are very valuable here. The Defons does make a miss, and that does slow down the pusher for Manic Oreos, but still a good advantage here. Truck Gamer, though, does go down, traded by Mike Tyson. Desku did miss earlier on, so it is just Zepe with the combo here, only contesting RNG. It remains to be Gonza to hold on to that contesting combo, able to outshine Isak. But that 165,000 score difference in favor of Manic Oreos is going to really stay there for a good while unless we see RNG go down and Zepe keep this going past the halfway mark.
Yeah, but unlike the last pick, this one is really still in contention. 176k score lead, and it's really just that couple hundred combo lead of Gonza over Isak that's taking a lot of advantage, but there goes Defons dropping on the slow part. Now the combo lead should actually be very slightly in favor of Max Win, and you can see that the score lead is flickering right now as if it's exactly even, but there goes RNG, the slider break. Now the FC is gone, and now Max Win should be able to take the lead back, but Zepe gonna find a slider break to match it. So now Manic Oreos should be able to run into the ending on this one with Gonza's 950 combo.
It's just a thing that keeps on running with these team tournaments, that as soon as one window is open, another one is shut. And despite Zepe dropping down, you still have those two good recoveries from Desku and Mike Tyson. Never mind, just Mike Tyson now holding on to 500 combo and climbing, but that is completely suppressed here from Gonza's combo at 1,000. Don't go down afterwards, okay? Everyone is dropping as I mentioned them. RNG and Trot Gamer still hold on to two good combos, but it remains to be Mike Tyson to be the combo for Max Win to try and do something. Okay, he's gone as well. Isak, okay, Isak goes down as well.
Oh my god, Shiba.
I am the warlock of Osu gameplay right now. I mean, everyone is missing right now as we get into kind of the final key out of the map here. It's just RNG holding on to a combo left to go. Please, dog. Man.
Jesus Christ, Shiba. Yeah, you could say Mike Tyson all punched out on this one. Manic Oreos gonna take their first pick by a pretty decent margin, 226k, roughly 228k, and that's an even first pick. There we go.
Yeah, yeah, close game indeed. Yeah.
I can't believe that just happened to you, Shibo. I think that's the biggest slew of caster curses I've seen in my entire life. You just mention 6 names in a row and they all break right after. Like, that's unbelievable.
I've never experienced something like that before. Like, you know, there have been like some tough like individual curses, but like a literal combo killing spree purely from the words I speak. That's something I haven't experienced before. Well, you know, learn something new every day, experience something new every day. It's the first for everything. Thankfully, though, no crazy flips on either team. It still remains to be 1 point each. And Max W still have that Nomad 5 open. The choice is whether or not they're going to go into it. That DT2 is bad, but DT3 is still available. So what is that gonna be?
Yeah, I like the prospect of picking that Nomad 5 right now, but there's a bunch of politics with picking your protected pick, because that's something where on paper you should just win it every time, at least you think. But they're going to go for that. I was going to say maybe you think about another mechanics map like the Hard Rock 1 right now, or the DT2, but they're just going to go straight on into it. You win one stream map, you pick another. Nomad 5, basically, this is the Nomad 5 map of all time, right?
Yeah, it's your tapping mechanics, man. It's Serenhide speed. Everybody knows what this kind of style is. It's very comfortable mechanics, but only for those who can play mechanics. If you're not a comfy mechanics player, you're going to suffer on this. It's pretty heavy speed. But the aim style is quite fast, but quite comfy, I'd say, for most players. It's not really that is going to be the problem. It's going to be that BPM. It is a 240 BPM, CS 3.2 AR10. These statistics outside of the BPM show a very chill map, but trust me, its speed and what's it called? Velocity is gonna trip up a few players here and there. 7.31 stars as well. One of the highest star ratings in this pool. I think only second to one of the DT maps and our tiebreaker.
And that's pretty typical for your speed maps. It's in the current star rating, speed is pretty, I'm not going to say overweighted, but I'm going to say most highly weighted, because that's just the way the star rating system views it now. Gonna be waiting on these rosters. One thing that I wanted to question is that for Manic Oreos, we didn't really see too much of a roster switch on the last map, so I'd like to bring up the possibility of maybe not having all of their players here for this match, which would be pretty bad for them, especially going into a speed map like this. I already was thinking about it with RNG going in for Nomad 2, not necessarily a stream player by any sense of the meaning, but yeah, just waiting on the teams to get their rosters in right now. Definitely should be a very good pick for Max Win.
Yeah, I think this is going to be another one-sided map. A lot of the players from Max Win are very comfortable. Zeppe, Desku, Shadows, everyone very capable on something like this. No Shadows, though. It's going to be Zeppe, Mike Tyson with Neo and Apostito coming in here.
RNG, speed.
And on Manic Oreos, you have RNG on the speed, but you also have Trot Gamer and Gonza. I think Gonza is definitely the player most favored to perform the best on this Manic Oreos team. But Trot Gamer and Fake Defon's training not too far away on this. Yeah, look, Defons is performing a little bit worse than RNG, so I don't think you're too worried about RNG's odds on this too far. At least not yet. Defons with an early struggle here, but outside of that, Max Win is looking very, very dominant so far. All four players holding onto a full combo with great combos, great accuracy as well. Down goes Miuo. The first blood dropped here for Max Win, but still one of many compared to Manic Oreos, where a lot of players are missing here. Gonza, Defons both going down. Defons is struggling immensely on this. Mike Tyson does get the trade, so it does remain to be a 2 versus 2, but this act difference is really deadly, and with Trot Gamer going down and RNG following suit afterwards, it's just Zeppe and Apostito to just keep this combo going alive and keep running away this lead in a very dominant fashion, like we expected.
Yeah, this is more brutal than I thought. Even the speed players on the side of Manic Oreos that I thought would be doing pretty well on this aren't really having a great time. And I'm really curious about Defon's own at 77% because he was able to play some Grand Finals DT maps in the Perennial, so not being able to do that here on the Week 1 Nomad 5 in Corsace is a little bit curious, but luckily for him, it's not necessarily his fault that they're so low on this pick because nobody on the side of Manic Oreo is really having a great time on this, and Zeppe and Apostito are just going crazy. Zeppe with the 99% finally dropping the combo, but Apostito, only FC left in the lobby, doing his job.
Yeah, this act from Zeppe is really, really strong as well. Gonna be able to mitigate a lot of percentage disadvantages established, but it's not really like Manic Oreos are pushing for anything at the moment. I think at this point they're just waiting for the map to be over. 851,000 score. It's ridiculous. You need a sixth player to try and do something with that, and RNG is just not happy with the result. Does miss a bunch from his little rage flail on his cursor, but I think a lot of people predict this to not be a Manic Oreos map anyway. The only player who can really put up a fight against these guys is Gonza. Everybody else not really having a good time on this, and as we get to the ending, Apostito does lose his full combo, but he is backed up by Miuo and Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson does drop afterwards, but again, not really going to matter. 1 million score difference for Max Win. Another mechanics masterclass from this team.
And my fears have been realized. I don't think Suntan is here, and he would definitely be a player for Manic Oreos that would come in and absolutely shred the hell out of this one, but not here. So we've got
Suntan, man. That's crazy.
We've got RNG B rank, Defon C rank, but luckily for them, there's enough gimmick in the pool for this roster to maybe get it done, but that's a really good piece of information for Max Win. They can just go through any map that has any semblance of tapping, and they'll have a really big advantage on it, so they can pick the DT2 comfortably after this one, and it'll be really good for them on paper. But now for Manic Oreos, they really need to get on the board here. With that information given, you have to be really decisive with your picks now, and they should go for that protected Nomad, free mod 1 after this.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think free mod 1 is probably the best option coming up to even out the scoreline a bit, especially after such a one-sided win on the Nomad 5. Free mod 2 is also a good option. I think both of the free mods lean in favor of Manic Oreos quite a bit. You've got some very strong hidden players, and you've got some really good hard rock players, so I think it's a good choice for them. But not having Suntan around is a serious red flag. I mean, he's by far their best player. I think not many people can disagree with that. Suntan is the player that really leads this team with how versatile he is and how much he plays, and having that super carry all-rounder player, it's like having a UK team without Bubble Man, you know what I mean? Like, you need that star all-rounder player. And Manic Oreos are going to go into that free mod 1, so that's their protected pick. So I assume this is going to be one of those maps that we predict to be really strong, but I don't know if I should count on Max W on this, honestly, because they have a couple really strong Hard Rock players, and they can have somebody fill in for the hidden in order to cater, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a potential overmod here from Max W. Like maybe Zeppe and Desku on the Hard Rock, perhaps? Or Zeppe and Nev on the Hard Rock? That could be a feasible reality for this team. They do love their Hard Rocks.
That they do. But yeah, this Manic Oreos squad with their roster troubles, I haven't seen Leonard H or AR9 or Dark Karate come in as well for them. So they might be playing with a 4-man roster for this one with RNG, Defons, Gonza, and Shock Gamer, which is, I think, a pretty good roster, especially going into some free mod maps like this one. You have a lot of mod versatility there. And that's probably why they picked and protected this free mod 1. It's Awkward Alt. They also do have the strong mod players. Not exactly positive what the mod rules are for this Corsace. Is it 1 hidden, 1 hard rock?
I believe so, yeah. I believe it's the usual rules that we have, where somebody has to run hidden, somebody has to run hard rock, and the other 2 are optional. I believe. But if somebody can update me on that in case I am wrong, that would be great. From what I remember checking, that was it. That was the usual rules, but yes, indeed, it seems to be the case here. Nev and Zeppe. Nev on the hidden, actually, instead of the hard rock. It's going to be Zeppe on the hard rock. I think he was the most likely candidate to be on this one, on the hard rock. And on the side of Manic Oreos, Truck Gamer on the hard rock with Gonza coming in for the hidden. Pretty predictable lineup for those two. And outside of that, everybody else is rocking that Nomad. Intro section here missed by quite a few players, including everybody on the side of Manic Oreos. Only Zeppe, I believe, to be holding on to a full combo, ironically, on the hard rock. But considering how volatile this map is and how consistently difficult it is outside of its key times, I wouldn't be surprised to see that combo slip away pretty quickly.
Yeah, Zeppe on the hard rock. That guy, such a dangerous tournament player, as we mentioned before. So well-rounded, come in on the hard rock, looking really good through the first quarter of the map, and Nev as well on the hidden. It just looks really good for Max Win through the first quarter. Meanwhile, couple breaks coming out for Manic Oreos right into the chorus. It's going to be Defons and Shock Gamer going down, which leaves only RNG alone on not even the full combo, just a reverse choke so far for him. So it's already a 100k lead, and RNG goes down as well, so Max Win.
Oh my god, no.
Oh, it's brutal.
So many.
The protected pick not going their way through the first chorus, and Max Win looking to drop another maximum win on a pick here.
So many members from Manic Oreos just can't get a combo intact, man. And Max Win are running away with this right now. Desku does finally drop on the Nomad, but Shaduz and Zeppe still keeping their combos alive. Zeppe especially with a very impressive combo, keeping it going even after that small spike in difficulty. Beautiful display of work here from Zeppe, able to single-handedly carry with that hard rock. You know, if Manic Oreos had any combo, they are on a little bit of recovery. RNG especially with the leading combo, but as we get into that first key eye, Truck Gamer goes down once again. Fake Defense and RNG still trying to fight something here, but Shaduz and Zeppe are just completely untouchable here. Zeppe does finally go down, but it's past the halfway mark already, man. As long as Zeppe can hold on for a good long run for the rest of the map here, that's a really high score secured there. But down goes Shaduz, and it's just RNG who also goes down afterwards, just on the key eye. So for Desku, it's just him on this little section to try and keep it going with the slider jumps, and it's just such a one-sided win once again here for Max Win. Manic Oreos just don't have any combos to fight with, none at all.
Yeah, it's a really tough place to be, especially on your protected pick. Going down here, a 400k deficit into the last third of the map, and Max Win. I'm not allowed to make any more maximum win jokes, because this is how you take a maximum win in a match. You take a victory, a break point on your opponent's protected pick. That's just so bad for the moral now. Manic Oreos gonna go down another break point here. Max Win 3-1 as we await the ending of this map.
And protective picks are such a serious choice for both teams, you know? Like, that protective pick makes it immune from being banned. You expect this team to eliminate that pick from you because they know you are so good on it. And to see this just happen in such a one-sided fashion, might I add, this isn't like a 100k win or maybe a bit of a 200k win. This is a 400,000 score difference. This is nearly double the score of 2 of the members here from Max Win. That is a very, very bad tell for what could be the fate of this team for the rest of this match here. As we get into the biggest snaps of the map here, a lot of players are going down, including the most romantic Oreos, except for RNG. But as we get towards the ending here, there's simply too little too late here. showdown's able to contest him with Nev on his back as well. As we get to the ending, another breakpoint for Max Win is 3-1 in their favor, with a pick from them to come up next.
Yeah, just overall higher comfort level from the side of Max Win on this one. We see only RNG on the side of Manic Oreos getting above 300k, and he approached 400k. But look at the side of Max Win, Zeppe and showdown's both almost at 500k, with Nev and Desku not too far behind, just 357k, and then high 200k, we'll say. Scores off screen, can't say the exact number anymore, but yeah, now into the second ban phase, and Manic Oreos, lucky for them, not too much tapping left in the pool. They're probably going to strike down that DT2 and go on their way, but really curious to see what Max Win decides to ban here.
Next bans to come through. I think Manic Oreos just have to get rid of a mechanics map. Probably an A map, to be honest. Seeing how well Zeppe played, maybe a hard rock map. Just getting rid of that one individual threat. I know that showdown's would be quite a dangerous threat on the hard rock one. So I think if I was to guess, their next good ban would probably be something like the hard rock one. Maybe potentially a double time map. Maybe DT1 as well. They got a good set of choices here. I'm curious what they go into, but yeah.
I just realized that the DT2 is actually banned. I've been saying that they're going to pick DT2 for like 2 maps now. That's unreal.
You didn't notice?
Okay. I noticed, and I remember saying it at the start of the match, but I've been saying that they're going to pick DT2. But yeah.
In fairness, like, it's such a certain map pick for them. Like, I would have thought so too, honestly.
Yeah, but double time 1 could still be on the cards. There's still aim in this pool. But without that DT2, which for some reason in my head was just completely unbanned. Oh, they're actually going to go with DT3. I'm actually quite curious about that ban because that map is more of an alt map, more of a gimmickier DT3 rather than any tapping focus at all on that map. I guess just not too comfortable on it. Might as well strike it out.
Yeah, with the next bans to come through here from Max Win, the alt and tech maps are still there. Nomad 3 and Nomad 4 have not been banned or picked yet. So maybe honestly, after winning Free Mod 1, I'm curious to see what goes down. Also, I thought I noticed, Miles, that that ban has been changed from DT3 to DT1. So it was an actual DT1 ban from Manic Oreos, which makes a lot more sense, I'd say. But the next ban here from XW, I mean, probably, what, like a hidden map? Do you want to just eliminate your weaknesses at this point? I think you got a lot more flexibility now that we have the knowledge that Suntan, the literal carry for this team, is not around, alongside the rest of the flexible team members like LendH and AR9 and Dark Karate, all able to fill in as specialists for each respective role.
Yeah.
With that knowledge now, like, you're thinking, like, yeah, I can just ban whatever we suck at, you know?
At this point in the match, when you know that a team is missing 4 members, at that point you just start banning the most accessible maps in the pool. Like, you said that Hard Rock 1 could be a good pick for Max Win. At this point, I would even consider banning that map because Hard Rock 1, the consistency aim, that's something that everyone in the lobby is going to be able to play. Like, at this point, you just want to pick the most polarizing map in the pool because you know you're going to have a better roster on it just in general because, like, we know exactly now, Manic Oreos are going to be playing every map with RNG, Defons, Gonza, and Chalk Gamer. And they're all very good players, but most of them are all-rounders. And if you pick a map like even the DT3, which we thought was banned for a second, like the Hidden 3, which are actually going to be banning out, like that's something that it's going to be a tough look if you're picking a very specialized map into a team of all-rounders where they don't have a lot of their backing players who would probably go in for it. So, but you're going to be right, just going to ban out a hidden map, one of their weaknesses.
Oh, it's going to be Nomad 1 coming in here for Max Win. Going to be a little bit of unique aim map, not usually your conventional aim map consistency, and not like the Hard Rock one that is very reminiscent of a typical aim consistency map. This is a little bit more pattern heavy, a little bit more awkward.
Yeah, mostly awkward aim in this one. 220 BPM as well, so have a little bit of an element of density, even though it is AR 9.7. Could feel a little more dense than your average Nomad 1 because of that, combined with the BPM. But should be comfortable for all these players.
Yeah, I think although this Nomad 1 is quite different from usual Nomad 1, it's pretty easy to explain. It's just a little bit awkwardly angled. It's pretty comfortable in its styling. Its map statistics are not that crazy outside of maybe its BPM being a little bit higher. CS4 AR 9.7, 3 minutes and 49 seconds of drain time. It's a pretty usual consistency map. Only slightly higher BPM and only a little bit more awkward. The spacing of some of these patterns aren't as intense as usual. But we are finally seeing a new player from Manic Oreos, Leonard H being subbed in here. But outside of that, the other three remain to be the same. Truck Gamer Defons and RNG still coming in here. Fake Defons, might I add, people, in case you are new watching this. This is not the Brazilian Defons, this is a different Defons. Desku, Apacero, Zepe, and Isak coming in here for Max Win.
I was thinking about it. I think my best comparison of this map for any other map is actually the round of 32 OWC Nomad 1 from last year. It was
Yes.
I don't remember the name of that map, but it was mapped by Arsalan, and it was kind of a similar style to this, where higher BPM, more awkward aim, slightly more dense than your usual Nomad 1. It's this type of map. And yeah, another disclaimer, Leonard H is Hammy TR. So another very notorious tournament player. He's been very strong for a very long time, and for the side of Manic Oreos, it should be a blessing for him to finally be showing up for this match.
Yeah, finally popping in here. A needed substitution for Manic Oreos. And so far so good for both of our teams here. All combos still remaining intact with Manic Oreos. No major drop here. Zepe with the only singular miss here from Max Win. The rest of the combos still remain the same. I think the accuracy is really pushing this. And as we get into the first spike into the key eye time here, no players are yet to drop, but we might see one done very, very soon. It is still a 3 versus 4 in the full combo department here. Only Zepe 2 have dropped, but has really good accuracy. Able to slow down that push from Manic Oreos. And with Victor Fons going down, traded by Desku, still remains to be the advantage in favor of Manic Oreos, but mitigated by a little bit thanks to that recovery from Zepe.
But it's gonna look really good for Manic Oreos so far, but Shock Gamer gonna drop right before the slow part. That is such a tragic spot to find a break. And now Max Win is gonna start reeling that lead in, but still gonna be within touch for Manic Oreos. RNG and Hammy both going strong with the FCs, but the recovery combo's better for Max Win. Zepe 430 combo, gonna be doing most of the work in pulling that lead back in, as Apacero and Isaac gonna be matching the 2 FCs on the other side.
Yeah, RNG and Leonard H still keeping those combos intact. Trying to fight back, still hitting the spike, hit the burst as well. It still remains to be giant combos here from Max Win, leaning a little bit in their favor, slowly bringing the lead back for them. As a flip closing in from 1,000 into their favor. With bot, however, the drops from Desku and Avicino with the 2 more misses from Zepe and Isak. As soon as I say they're about to flip, they just completely collapse. Leonard H and RNG, I believe, still holding as well. That's
yes, they are.
immaculate timing. What on earth is that? Are they? Yeah, they are. With Chogamer and Defonso, good recoveries as well. That's gone from a lead in favor of Max Win by 1,000 into a giant lead in favor of Manic Oreos. And they might finally be able to get another point on the board.
Leonard H, like an angel, descended from heaven and gave Manic Oreos what they needed to get back in this match. Still holding on to that FC with RNG. 270k lead already. That was a 4-way break from Max Win during that last KI section, and now Manic Oreos gonna take that breakpoint back, and conversely, gonna be right back in this match. That breakpoint lead that Max Win had consolidated now gonna dissipate, and Manic Oreos gonna be able to pick 2 equalize now. 2-3 is now the score lead for Max Win.
Elimination, RNG on a tear as we get into the square stream section. Finally, RNG goes down. The square jumps do seem to trigger just afterwards, but Leonard H still holds on. And he will be the hero for this Manic Oreos team. Finally, they get a win on the board after such a while of losing maps. Max Win were on a tear, an indiscriminate one, but finally they slip up on this Nomad 1 pick. And I believe that's a breakpoint as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. So with Leonard H's full combo and RNG's 1 miss, 800k, a little bit of revitalization of this Manic Oreos team. It's up for their next pick now to see if they can even out the scoreline and maybe bring us a series.
As I was saying, when you leave some more accessible maps open like the Nomad one, even a team with roster troubles can put up a strong roster on it, and that is exactly what happened. Along with Leonard H coming back, you see some well-rounded performances from the side of Manic Oreos, even the players who weren't popping off, getting scores that equaled the scores of Max Win. And that is just a little bit of a shot of adrenaline now for Manic Oreos, able to get back in the match now with this next pick. I'm pretty curious to see what they go for. When it comes to the gimmickier stuff, a lot of it has been banned out. You don't have the hidden 2, you don't have the hidden 3, but they might go back into the free mod pool, I feel. You have that AR 8.9 Neonaro map in the free mod too. Really awkward in the free mod pool as well, which allows some mod comfort. I think that Manic Oreos might decide to pick into that.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm very curious because, you know, with that Nomad 1 in from Max W, what else are they winning? What else are they willing to pick? You know, like you said before, the really accessible maps that they lean into are they're a little bit worried about. You had that Hard Rock one earlier, and it will be Manic Oreos to go into Hard Rock 1 themselves after winning that Nomad 1. Now, I get it. This is aim consistency, but it's a different style of aim. I'm curious to see how Manic Oreos will adapt to this, because it's aim consistency, but it's similar BPM, but it's still quite different. You've got the Hard Rock mod applied to it. You've got that anime style aim pacing that this map has.
And also, it's the comfort mod for Max Win. Like, a lot of Finnish players really good at Hard Rock. This is something that I thought that they would pick before the Nomad one, quite honestly, but
yeah, me too.
Still, it's kind of a little bit of a ballsy pick, you know? When a team picks a skill set into you and then you win it, like, you want to keep picking into that skill set, but then you still have to consider, like, they picked this into us. They thought they could get really good scores on this, maybe having a little bit of an underperformance. So when you decide to keep going into that skill set that they were picking into you, you're risking them having that better performance that they expected on the other aim map, which is what makes this pick a little bit scary. But still, I mean, they had those 2 really comfortable scores, Hammy and RNG, going off on that one, winning that one by quite the large margin. So deciding that it was worth the risk, picking the other aim map.
I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's quite clear to say that, you know, RNG and RNG and Leonard H. Yeah, there we go. RNG and Leonard H. Seeming like they're really confident in this, and they want to carry that momentum onwards into the next aim map. Shot Gamer and Fake Defons coming in here as well for Manic Oreos. But this is going to be a really exciting one. I think both of these teams are very capable. Nev, Zepe, Descu, and Shadows, all very capable on this Hard Rock. The finish, like you said, love their Hard Rock. And I think manic oreos are either going to be making a giant blessing winning these maps that lean in favor of Max Win, or buying themselves back, shooting themselves in the foot, and giving away a pick for Max Win, depending on how this goes. So far, so good on the side of Max Win, though. Some early combo leads in favor of Shadows and Descu. Nev with an early miss, but still keeping it intact. However, for manic oreos, Leonard H, Trotgamer, and Defons all still have their combos intact, with that jump set to come through as well. It's only accuracy keeping them alive here, but with that double on Trotgamer and Defons, not even into the first KI time now. That's a really tough first miss there, but it is traded by Nev and Shadows. Descu still holds on, contesting Leonard H on this aim. It's those two up against each other. Who is going to keep it going? The team score so far is looking really good in favor of Max Win. Zepe and Descu both battling, both keeping their combos intact, contesting Leonard H entirely.
Yeah, Shadows is going to find a drop, but still the double FC for Max Win going to be doing a lot of work for them. And the 200 combo recoveries from Chalkgamer and Defons, only able to match one of those FCs. But overall, still going to be a slight combo lead for the side of Max Win, but that's going to be completely gone now as Zepe finds the drop. So it's only Descu with the backing combo from Nev to go up against Leonard H and Chalkgamer with the 290 recovered combo from RNG, which will actually put that combo lead now squarely in favor of Manic Oreos. But still very close stuff right now. Lead going to be very balanced, but with that chain miss from Nev, now it's going to start to swing right back in favor of Manic Oreos as all their players hold, but there goes Defons.
This is getting really dicey at the moment. You've got Descu trying to fight for his life and contesting Leonard H here. But these combos building up for Manic Oreos are starting to get too oppressive, and down goes Descu. Big miss to drop down with that jump spike to come through as well. Drops two more members of Max Win. Chalkgamer, Leonard H, and RNG all pushing and pushing, keeping these combos high into this next PI time. Final third to come through very, very soon. And with Leonard H dropping, that's still one of three really strong combos started for Manic Oreos. And there is simply nothing here that Max Win can test on outside of Zepe's recovery of 500 combo. But look at this advantage skyrocketing now in their favor. We're going to be getting to the guitar solo section, the bridge into the final KI. But Chalkgamer Defons going down. A small light opening up here for Max Win. If RNG's to drop soon and Zepe holds, this combo might start to become really daunting. But RNG still keeps his hold, still keeps it going. Has to keep this team alive here. They need to get this win. They need to even it out. What is it going to be?
Aim player extraordinaire, RNG. I think the most capable hands if you're going to be relying on any kind of solo carry to hold on for the side of Manic Oreos. RNG on the aim. It is his main skill set. It is the one he is the most comfortable in. And despite the combos from Max Win breathing down his neck, he's got Leonard H to support him. And as long as he can hold on for the next 20 or so seconds, it's going to be the win for Manic Oreos. Despite Defons going down, I think RNG and Leonard H would have to go down right now for Max Win to be able to come back in this one. The lead goes under 100k, but there's really not enough time for them. Zepe, Descu, and Shadows, the clock is their enemy right now.
Zepe!
There we go. 3-3. Now we are tied once again. We've got a best of 5 match now to play as both teams successfully win 3 points.
Great comeback built up here for Manic Oreos. RNG and Leonard H, like we said, they're revitalized now. They are really on a tear on these aim maps. And I think now after winning that Hard Rock 1, they're thinking, after this next pick from Max Win, do we willingly go into another Hard Rock pick? As those aim maps are getting eliminated, all that's left is Hidden 1. And Hidden 2 and Hidden 3 were both banned from Max Win. So the question is, are they going to pick that next? However, we'll wait for that because we still got Max Win's pick coming up. You've got the DT3 still open. You've got... what other maps do you think they'd lean into? Maybe one of the Hard Rocks, potentially? The picks are starting to thin down quite a bit for this team. That breakpoint on the Nomad 1 and the loss on the Hard Rock 1 is really tough.
I like the Hard Rock 2 for them personally because just because they lost the Hard Rock 1, they were really beat by RNG on that one. And he succeeded on that one, I think, mostly because it was an aim map, less so that it was a hard rock map. And the HR2, you've got a light tech style precision map. I think that's something where you're not really going to be expecting him to solo carry against you on that one with Leonard H. So I like the HR2 for them personally. But yeah, the pool is really starting to thin out. You've only got a few maps remaining, being the Nomad 4, the HRs 2 and 3, and the DT3 and the Fremont 2, but they're going to go for the DT3. Okay. The awkward alt map in the DT3 going to be coming out here.
Yeah, this is not your usual mechanics map that you would expect, but you know, if it's DT, it's something. This is your pretty cool but pretty relaxed double time alt finger control. Has a couple moments of awkwardness and a couple moments of aim spiking, but generally quite relaxed. A little bit unique in its styling, but I think for our players here, they are all very capable.
Yeah, but still, this type of DT map, usually I think one of the rarest skill sets you see get picked in round of 32. It's one of those where I feel like teams are either extremely confident on this style of ult or really not. I guess the fact that it's not AR 10.3 could help contribute to the decision to pick this. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to expect out of this map between these two teams, but Max Win opting into it must have some baseline level of confidence on it.
Yeah, I'm really curious for what goes down on this one. Spread 2.0, Waves Part 2 out of 14 is 225 BPM, 2 minutes and 49 seconds long. So he has 4.6 AR10. So not your usual high AR DT, but it is capped. It is a kind of exchanged with that CS 4.6 there as well. I do wonder what the rosters are going to be here for Max when I assume Zeppe, Desku, probably Shadows, and maybe Nev or somebody else. I think for manic oreos is a little bit easier to know. Probably Leonard H, probably on RNG.
Or perhaps maybe Suntan has woken up and is now warming up, getting ready to get into the match. That would be a reason to stall down this timer, I'll say. If Suntan can arrive right now, this would be the perfect time for him to show up, and probably for a pick that he would be very impactful on. But here we go. We've got Gonza, Leonard H, Shot Gamer, RNG up against Shadows, Muo, Zeppe, and Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson here to punch out this DT3.
Yep. You know, Mike Tyson, this Manic Warriors team is his little Mac. Although there is guts in the picture, don't let that deceive you. He is still the Mike Tyson. But you can see the finger control emphasizing this map is pretty exclusive. And it's a very unique type of song as well. Finger control is the big deal about this one with the ult applied as well. And despite a few whack drops from quite a few players here, especially Shadows, Mike Tyson, they're still holding on to a good amount of combo. With RNG and Leonard H dropping earlier on. Gonza as well joining on with those bus sliders. Going to give Max Win a very good early advantage. RNG is struggling immensely with the axe. Same with Leonard H.
This goes back to what I said earlier. When you pick a polarizing map against a team that doesn't have their full roster, you force some players who are not so comfortable on skill sets to play, and RNG down at 80% just completely exemplifies that. Looks like just overall comfort level a lot higher for Max Win on this one, with Zeppe still holding on 96%, now 97% is actually insane. That's 3.5% higher than the next highest AC in the lobby, or at least the highest accuracy on the side of Manic Oreos.
Yeah, Zeppe is definitely outstanding on this map so far. About 2/3 of the way through, those 1/3 hit, those buzz sliders also hit. Beautiful display of finger control here from Zeppe, not dropping a lot of AC at all. Like you said, bordering on 97, does finally drop, but that's a lot of combo built up with really good accuracy as well to mitigate that combo loss. And with these combos really even at the moment, that 360,000 score difference is going to take a really long time to close in, if there even is an advantage solidified here for Manic Oreos. Truckamer and Gonzo both go down. Lineage and RNG are trying desperately to hold on, but their act differences here are so detrimental to their odds of trying to build something here. Shadows and Miyu are also able to suppress them with that miss from RNG. It seems all but over for Manic Oreos on this pick. Finally, Max Win, after losing quite a few really important maps, do get themselves a win on the board after a good while, and it will be 4-3 in their favor.
Leonard H did bring in a pretty big combo at the end, but still about a 500k win for Max Win. Shadows and Muo bringing in massive combos into the ending, but the big story on this one gonna be Zeppe. 630k about, largest score in the lobby by a long shot. One miss, 96.6%. That is some unreal accuracy, and Muo as well, bringing up the accuracy to 95.15. Very good stuff from Max Win, and a way to really shift the momentum after a couple of wins from Manic Oreos, and that is the exact way you do it.
Yeah, great scores from Zeppe especially. By far the leading player in this lobby. And with that great carry on the DT3, after a couple really tough losses here, Max Win finally get themselves a point. And these maps are really starting to thin down now. Manic Oreos do still have Hidden One open. I'm really curious to see if they picked it, but might be the case. It will be the Nomad 4 instead. Precious Promise. This is a pretty slider-intensive tech map, but ridiculous levels. You're not going to be seeing those giant cross-screen slider jumps. You're going to be seeing a lot of sliders, but it's pretty tame for a slider tech map. Has a little bit of ult in there as well.
My notes for this map are Osu technology, and look in the editor on this one, you'll see why. It is mostly slider aim throughout the entire thing. Not too many streams present at all, if any. So, you know, if you win a couple of aim picks in the Nomad 1 and the Hard Rock 1, if you want to pick another aim map, I think this was probably the direction you would want to take. So, I don't question this pick at all, actually. I think it's a very good pick for Manic Oreos at this point in the match.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good pick from them. Like we said, this team is definitely favored to be quite strong on the ult and tech. And they've done very good work on the Nomad 3 last time, even though Max Win put up a good fight. Nomad 4 is up next, and you still have 3 more 2 open as well.
Yep, we have Lenny in the pool. Please, for my good friend Nianaro in the Twitch chat, please pick the Lenny, the free mod 2.
Please pick it, guys.
I think Max Win should pick it because that's a Finnish mapper. So, have a little bit of home court advantage. You have some home court advantage on the free mod 2, Max Win. So, if you take a break point on this, gotta win it for the country. But for now, we've got the Nomad 4, and this is a crucial point in the match. If Manic Oreos do take this, then we're tied at 4. But if Max Win can take a break point on this one, then it's going to be dire straits for Manic Oreos. It will be match point for Max Win on their own pick. So do or die now for Max Oreos on this pick.
Yeah, this is some really important territory here for Max Win to try and win. The picks now are really starting to thin down. You only really have that Hard Rock 3 left. And it's very difficult, arguably the hardest map in the pool. And it's rhythmic control ult. So you got something to worry about if you're Max Win here. You really want to win this map, otherwise that uncertainty is all going to be left up to that Hard Rock 3 pick, most likely. So this one is an exciting one. It's a very important pick. And as we get into the first key item here, quite a few players have dropped down. Early misses from Zeppe and Apacito, another miss from Apacito as well, resetting their combo. But it is traded by Leonard H and Trot Gamer. Defons, RNG still have their 2 combos. But with the recovery from Zeppe, alongside the 2 full combos from Descu and Isak, it's going to be able to flip the score lead in favor of Max Win. But it still remains to be those 2 combos from Defons and RNG. The break is shown into 2 versus 2 in the full combos, but Zeppe has a really threatening recovery with great accuracy as well. Able to mitigate any recovery that comes through from Manic Oreos. There has to be a miss from one of these full combos in order to really decide who is going to be taking this.
Yeah, and this map is really short. Every break is going to matter, especially with the combos this big. And into the Ki we go. Defons is going to drop instantly, as well as Leonard H. Tragedy strikes for Manic Oreos here. As Max win, everyone looks good. Isaac and Apacito break, but Desku and Zeppe, the biggest combo, is still holding on. Down goes Zeppe, but Desku now biggest combo in the lobby, all alone, and nobody's stopping him. 300k of score lead for Max win, and it should be the break point coming out for their side.
That score bar at the bottom made a mad dash to the right after that stream section, and Ki time came through with all those misses through from Manic Oreos. Leonard H is the last man standing with any kind of combo, but Desku is still holding on to his full combo. He slider breaks on the end. Are you kidding me, Desku? Come on, man.
No way.
Claim another. Well, that's a 4-way S rank for Max Win. And
4-way S rank.
Yeah, 400k S rank from Okay. Well, yeah, RNG and Leonard H also having an S rank, but not able to hold on to the combos or the scores compared to what Max Win could do. And that's a really, really important breakpoint solidified there from Max Win. This next pick now, it has to be the killing blow, right? And with that Nomad 4-1, now you're thinking, okay, you know what? Maybe Hard Rock 3 isn't too bad of a choice, right?
I'm expecting the home cooking here. They're gonna pick Lenny. They got their breakpoint. Fremont too.
Lenny.
I talked about how that was a good pick for Manic Oreos, but gotta do it at this point.
Come on.
But yeah, if I put my serious face on, yes, I think the Hard Rock 3 is probably the best pick remaining for Max Win, but they should probably go for that. They probably will. I mean, win one tech pick by such a large margin. You have that comfort mod as well. I think the HR3 will probably come out here, but there's been some surprises so far. Not out of the question for them to pick the Lenny.
Oh yeah, we've had 2 aim jump scare wins here from Manic Oreos. I mean, Nomad 1, Hard Rock 1, both maps that we really strongly expected to be in favor of Max Win, end up going in favor of Manic Oreos, and those are 2 really important picks that we said that Max Win had to win in order to keep their lead intact and not let the thinning of the pool ruin their odds of winning. And it will be the Hard Rock 3 to, hopefully, for Max Win, be the killing blow. Manic Oreos still need 3 more wins to come through. They have to take this Hard Rock 3 and then go for their next pick, which most likely will be the hidden one if I was to guess. But, yeah. It's do or die territory here for Manic Oreos. Max Win have 1 more map left. And it's going to be this Hard Rock 3. I think a lot of us said that this is the hardest map in the pool. Don't let the star rating deceive you, my friends. This is a brutal, brutal map with some really harsh aim control and ult patterns.
Absolutely. And, you know, on those difficult maps, anything can happen. If it's one of the hardest in the pool, then you are definitely in solo carry territory. But for the players who are here for Manic Oreos, I don't know who exactly would be up for the task on this kind of pick right now. For Max Win, maybe hoping to eke out another overall team victory on this one. Which is towards the trend of their previous pick as well. One where they can just have 4 players get higher average score than the one on Manic Oreos without too many standout performers. And here we go. Nev, Desku, Shaduz, and Zeppe to try to close it out for Max Win. Meanwhile, Manic Oreos to survive. Defons, Leonard H, Chalk Gamer, and RNG, who all find breaks at the start except for Leonard H. But breaks are going to come out from Max Win as well. Even Desku to go down. Okay, now Leonard H, only combo in the lobby. Can he swing it back in favor of Manic Oreos?
Yeah, Leonard H has done God's work with this Manic Oreos team, pulling them out of the brink, what it seemed, for a good while now. But he does go down afterwards, and RNG is trying to pick up the slack with the combo left, 200 and climbing now. But this collective recovery here from Max Win is really one-sided at the moment. Shaduz, Zeppe, and Desku all able to rival RNG and keep him away from any chances of getting that flip for his team. Shaduz may go down, same with Nev, but Desku and Zeppe still hold on and hit that entire intersection. Defons and Leonard H, fake Defons and Leonard H, alongside Short Gamer with a 100 combo, do have a decent recovery. But this lead is starting to get a little bit tenuous here, and Shadoo's with that miss, he's going to slow things down just a bit. But never able to suppress one with that miss from Vic Defons as well is really brutal. But Zeppe and Descu remain to be the two combos that need to stay around. Zeppe does drop, but it's still Descu to hold on with great accuracy as well. Leonard H is going to trade it. It's fake Defons as well. RNG also drops just earlier on. It's just Short Gamer trying to do something here. And this map is so short. We're already getting towards the final quarter, and Descu's not letting go. And this just gets more and more one-sided the more that Descu holds. And I think with that being done, the final hope of Leonard H's return to this team is unfortunately all for naught. Manic Oreos will slip away their biggest breakpoint earlier on, and in turn will let the Finnish team win ahead and get themselves that victory. It looked like a really close series for a good while, Miles, but once that win from Max Win started to come through, they maxed out and they got that full win to come through towards the end. Very one-sided last few maps for Max Win.
I spoke of the dangers of a solo carry on this map, but the real solo carry danger was from Descu on that one. Highest score in the lobby by a long shot. Mid 700k on that one. Very strong stuff from him. Gonna make up most of that score difference on his own. And that's gonna be Max Win taking the, not quite the maximum win. The maximum win would be a 6-0, but still a very strong win. 6-3 over the Manic Oreos in the first week of Corsace Open. And extremely strong stuff from them.
Yeah, good stuff from Max Win. The Finnish team shows a lot of prowess on this, and even if they're missing two of their superstar World Cup players, they are still a very capable team, and they definitely proved it with this one. I think Descu, Zeppe, both showing particular superstar prowess in this match. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do later on in this tournament. And that's it, GG's.
Next match for the first week of Corsace Open will be at 1 UTC on Sunday tomorrow. And that is going to be the team 7 Kangaroos, 1 Bober up against Doble Huevo.
Yeah.
Some insane team names in that match. That's actually...
I envy the casters on that match so much. I wish I could cast a match with those two teams. Congratulations to whoever was lucky enough to be the commentary for that match. Who is it actually?
I think it's like...
It's iFlame and Chiliapair?
iFlame and Chillier. Okay. That's a vibe cast.
That's a vibe, yeah.
Be there for that match. That's 1 UTC, so that's in about 6 hours. If you're still awake. If you're
still awake by that time, yeah.
Yeah, if you're in NA or if you're in Asia, you'll probably be awake at that time. Unfortunate for you Europeans to be up pretty late for that one, but until then, that's gonna do it for this stream of Corsace Open. Hope you all enjoyed the match. Hope you all enjoy the matches to come in the first week of the tournament. But until then, I've been Miles with Shiba. I hope you all have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are.
Take care, everyone.